Welcome back to another episode of Hunter x Hunter. Honestly, there's so much going on now that I am eagerly anticipating pretty much anything that can be thrown at us. In previous episodes, we've had characters that we've kind of had a bit of a history with being removed so abruptly. How many times is that going to happen and occur in the future? Although right now, Kite is doing quite well, kind of looking over Gon and Killua, giving them hints and tips, and well, that scythe is pretty nasty. How easy is their journey onwards? Is there really going to be any commanders, foot soldiers that are going to actually stand in their way? Hopefully the secrets of Nen don't really spread out too far amongst the colony. Just that one rabbit bird. Let's see what this episode holds for us. And with Kite being so uneasy throughout all of this, even though he took down a large number of those of those that were sent to stop him, that gut feeling that something is wrong. Either they need to hurry up exponentially before the king is born, if he hasn't been already, because we haven't seen the queen in a while. Or there's been more strong commanders being birthed. Or the feeling is from that Nen rabbit thing. Quite a lot of variables which all pose quite the problem. I also really want to see the rest of the hunters that are in this island, the ones that have come here not only with old guy from the hunter exam, but others that came beforehand, even if they were immediately dealt with. A fated awakening. Well, some titles are definitely telling of what we will be viewing and seeing. The Royal Guards, because we were told of the hierarchical structure of this place. But, exactly what the Royal Guard end up being, or I'm guessing it's the ones we saw in the opening, but ignore that. This one wasn't cut in half. How could he be worried? He's got the gusto to believe that he can beat them. They'll provide quite the amount of nutrition if they were to eat them. It's whenever you see the feet and the brief stop from above. Well, the fact that they are part insects, yeah, why not have like a flying platoon? Now we're facing the Air Force of the Hive. Or at least of that squadron. And yet, Kite's awareness and his ability to sense them is so much better. They've got a lot of training to get through. That was a bit of a late reaction. Quite skilled in their movement. Using the forest itself as protection from them. Now that he knows that it's a trap, what are they gonna do about it? While he's crouched and trying to get some sort of cover. Is this really hunting? Can you really stand up and be proud of this takedown? Yeah, they make a good point. It doesn't need to be flashy or proud. What is that sound? This is the storeroom, is it? They don't really have a great filing system, to be fair. Since we've got this moment to talk about it, we're going to see a little bit of parkour. Or is it just saying how completely unfair all of this is, should you be caught? Is quite the pile. Ah! He managed to hide himself amongst the refuse while he's still regaining a bit of control over his own body. You're taking him away from his work. The Queen's not going to be happy about that. Maybe you should hire some helpers. Nope, he's not high enough to see it. He's not gifted. We can tell what people think of Nen or how they can get above their station, or as it shows there. Did that just stop him in his tracks just by presence alone? Things are not going according to plan. Being made aware that it's a trap. Did you think the ones that could clear out that many of the insects beforehand could be taken down so easily, be lured? Oh, there's a scythe again. What a bad roll. Well, go on. Jump out, get them. Time is nigh. You've got the element of surprise still, right? And he just stands up and starts walking away. Must have hurt his ego a little. Going after them. If nothing else, following him to see back where the main base is. His entire worldview is shifting. And like before I was saying, with human memories and the like taking over and influencing personalities, what if that's the lesser of the genetic bingo that they've obtained? Like this guy is very much lion. They need to practice, to pick up their own flavor of abilities. Put yourselves directly in harm's way. But what else are you going to do? They're up for this task from the get-go. And now I see that they were born with the cloves. At least I think that was it from the silhouette we got. This is like the pressure that Ahsoka was putting out before. Also the light tapping of the feet as well. What was that about? Being king? Potentially. The fact that they also know immediately rank and file just after it's born. Backing down almost immediately. And you know things are going to go fun when they have that camera warping in view. Wow. Status cannot be altered. What about the... Is this a just inbuilt genetic thing, or is it also incredibly powerful. Can't get rid of him just yet. We need to find out what this power is. Don't want to dirty the storeroom, at least. Now that he's found that new want to serve, good thing you're keeping as still as possible, Pockle. Just a aura and presence alone is enough to... Shit. His heartbeat gave him away? They've now got access to that rare they wanted. However, it has eluded them. Right, so why are you learning and not... You learned. Ah, there's more. Oh. So now we're getting into... neuroscience, neurological shit. Well, he may lie, so let's ask the memories themselves. This is much worse than I could have possibly imagined. And the fact that Pockle is... giving out this information against better judgment, free will and the like, or forced. This is horrifying. The fact that she's probably not even sterilized those things before doing a form of brain manipulation, brain surgery. There's no real coming back from this one, is there? Like that precise and being able to manipulate Pockle like a puppet to tell all of this shit, though? The good thing is Pockle is only really recently learned Nen, so they're not getting like a master's review on it, but still. More powerful than ever. I guess that was... a punch was all you needed, wasn't it? He's now birthed that as well. Water. Now we need to go into a bit more. Although that one will be in the books, so... Well, at least might be in the books. Gonna change flavour, overfill. What are we getting with his? That makes sense, actually. And how did that go for you? So all you gotta do, start hitting anything and everyone. With this aura. His job is now to awaken the rest of the colony here, whether they survive it or not. That's the idea. At least that's what I got from it. Oh, that's a new one. Without needing to open these circuits. That's the Royal Guard for you. Could have been easier, slightly easier to pronounce, but Neferpito, okay. Buckle has served his usefulness. I think that's worse than just knowing, oh, he was captured and fed to the Queen. Manipulated to inform the hive. In such a visual fashion as well. Christ almighty. But, you know, at least the new ones being born are interested in education. In fact, we've got this Royal Guard being born, and that gives off such an aura that everyone immediately bows to them. They don't exactly need to hide it or anything. We've seen it before with, like, Solka sitting at the end of the hallway, so, well, if you think you can come this way. If only the Royal Guard didn't come along at that precise moment. Pocker was doing so well, he kind of had a backup should he ever get poisoned. Sure, it wasn't strong enough to gain full control and mobility, but... Wow, that was unlucky. As soon as the rest of his squad were taken down, and Ponzu, I didn't expect the best for him, but I kind of hoped there'd be a little bit more than just... Well, human experimentation, for one thing. Literally feeling into another's memories, forcing them to talk. Now here's the thing, Ramot awakening this Nen power, yeah, pretty bad. Him punching Colt, I'm thinking, well, okay, maybe Colt gets a smidgen of it as well. It's going to take a little while for him to get his own Nen aura and whatnot. But now we've got Queen's Guard, the Royal Guard, born with it. Incredibly strong presence. And, oh, I've got an idea. Why not open up the aura nodes of everyone here? Seems the hive is going to be incredibly secure after all of this. Gon and Killer and Kite going to get there in time before there's a full rebirth of Nen. But, as far as designs go, fairly striking. Yep. Pretty sure now the Royal Guards are the ones we saw in the OP, although that wasn't exactly hard to guess. But, kind of interesting where this will lead up. Probably a lot of pain, suffering, death. Whether or not Gon and Killer are going to suffer extreme injuries at the hands of this, or whatever happens. God, what a past few episodes, and by few, it's like quite a lot of this arc. And I'm expecting it to go on for a little bit longer. Maybe just a little. But holy hell, if this is what we're getting so far. Seeing the kitchen of the hive, not a particularly cleanly surface, is it the best place to prepare food for your queen? Sure, insects, so don't really care, but still. We saw those balls before, and I wondered what it really was, but now seeing the process, it is essentially minced up offal and remnants and corpses. Handy, bite-sized, lunchbox snacks. Oh, introduction of a new character, kind of like when we first saw Kite. Oh, what's going on here? But now it's never be told. Done, even at the expense of poor Puckle. Didn't really want to see a lobotomy kind of puppeteering, let's say. That took me a bit by surprise, but as soon as you saw the brains, memories are stored where? Why do you need to know? I'll do it. I might need a moment or two just to condense what I took in. So I'm going to step away. Maybe we can continue this conversation if you actually care about it later on. But for now, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Potentially subscribe to the channel. Maybe even join my Discord. For now, eat healthily. There was a bit of rest. I'll see you in the next one. Specialist Royal Guard of that. Jesus Christ. If you want to help birth the next breed of super soldiers, Royal Guards, that would be for my channel, well, you'd be putting up a pretty useless endeavor because really wants to invest into something like watching anime on the internet. But still, I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthea, Kite, Endurists, Shiwan, Mats, Acne, Guado, Danny Sui, Maxwell, SZ9870, Diego Zenhausen, Jim Ace Backwards, the Kebab Seller, and everyone else. Because for some reason, they are finding it their mission to help support me, the channel. Apparently, World domination by some ants.